Hello YouTube, this is an alcohol review, and you guys know how much I love my gimmicks. Too many years working in advertising, when I see a good gimmick, I know it's a bad deal, but I gotta check it out. Today, alcohol review is of Stillhouse, America's finest spirit company. In the tin can. Actually, stainless steel if I believe right. According to the label, Stillhouse, America's finest. Stillhouse Spirits Company, USA, 750 ml, tin. Can't say a bottle. Stainless steel right there. Apple crisp flavored. Apple crisp whiskey, Stillhouse, has elevated the genuine American craft of making spirits through our proprietary all-natural recipe and distilling mastery. Our superior taste and remarkably smooth finish create the new standard for a great American classic. Corn whiskey infused with apple crisp liqueur, 34.5% alcohol by volume, 69 proof, 750 ml bottle, produced by Spirit Company, Columbia, Tennessee. I love this. I love a good gimmick. I know they're hiding something when they put a good gimmick in, but I am a sucker for a good gimmick. Stillhouse is crafted using I'll pretty much sit in the front. It actually does have a turn top here, an actual lid like one would expect this sort of thing would have. Not sure what this is about. Oh, comes in the very top. It's a little recipe book using different products that they produce. Now this is just the apple crisp. They also produce a mint, something or another, straight unflavored. There was about 4 or 5 on the shelf of the booze store that I got this from, just to keep this all together. It's just kind of funny if you have any real blue collar roots in which you've had to work with turpentine. This will give you flashbacks of those days real quick. Being that it was 100% corn whiskey. I'm fairly certain I read that somewhere. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just dreaming. But obviously that means it is what is classically called moonshine. And it is clear like a classic moonshine would be. Now, what separates this from, say, a bourbon? Now, a whiskey has corn in it, part of the mash bill. Of varying extents, in some extents, could have none at all, but varying extents, it will have corn in it. Once it breaks a 51% mark, and it is aged in brand new, freshly charred barrels, it then can get the bourbon label rather than just whiskey label. So you hear some people say, bourbon is whiskey, but whiskey is not bourbon. That's why. Now, when you start hitting the 100% line and you don't age it in a barrel, then you get moonshine. Or at least roughly ballpark definitions. That's how you can get moonshine. You're skipping a few things and adding a lot more corn. But we will look at this as if it is a bourbon. It tears up relatively quickly on the side of the glass. It is beautifully clear. And all the way over here, I can get a good nose off of this. You do smell moonshine. It's a medicinally sweet corn type of odor that comes out, as well as some vanillas and sugary type to it. I'm not getting any apple at all, but then again, to each his own. But it is definitely a sweet, almost icing-like, with a moonshine underlays. When you taste it, whew, you get what you expect. A sweet, hints of apple, hints of cinnamon, sugary, icing-like flavor. With moonshine undertones. Now, truth be known, I'm not a huge moonshine fan, but I did come across an apple pie moonshine that I'd walk 5 miles for. It was fantastic. So I've always been a bit of a fan of flavored moonshines, all because of that one. And to be honest, I've never found something that could compete with that particular one. I'm sure it's probably lost in the reviews in the past. It should be an older review, because this is a much older type of time that I had it. So I've been looking for something equally as great. So I'm always willing to try another flavored moonshine. Sadly, always disappointed, because it's never quite like that one that, that first time sort of thing. It's along that line. And this one ranks right in that same genre. It's not as great as that apple pie. But unlike many of the other ones in the past I've tried, it's not all that bad either. As long as you understand, it's moonshine. It's not bourbon. It's not a whiskey. It's not gin. It's its own creature. And you have to give it that cavitas. Because if you don't, then you're going to, oh, this stuff is horrible. Or, something along that line. Well, it's not the other stuff. It's moonshine. It's its own thing. Give it a try on that line and see what you think. I am curious about the other products that they have. And how their flavors come out mixed in with that moonshine flavor that I'm just not quite head over heels for, per se. Now, the thing is this. When taking this straight, I swear, after a while, you start tasting chocolate. Could be just me, but see what you guys think. And like I said, it's not even halfway through you start to taste, or at least I start to taste the chocolate flavor. Now, I took this and mixed it in with a nice cream soda. And the two flavors did go well together. So don't just think this is a good sip in by itself, neat on your porch. It does have the versatility of cocktails. And the little book that it gives here on top, encourages you to make cocktails out of it. As for when to drink this, it's nice and light. I would be tempted to try this on the rocks during a very hot summer's day. Other than that, I would have to say neat, late spring, early fall. It doesn't quite have the legs for winter. It's a little too heavy for summer. That's why the ice. So taking it straight, late spring when the temperatures are starting to change, early fall when temperatures are starting to change. Nothing too radical is coming down the pipe yet, weather-wise. Other than that, it's fine. Give it a try, see what you think. This is Stillhouse, America's Finest. I'm fairly certain it'll stand out on the shelf. Comes in a wide variety of flavors. Be brave, give it a try. Any comments down below about this particular product would be great. Or better yet, go out, buy it, try it, make a review of yourself. Tell the rest of us on the YouTube community your thoughts of Stillhouse, America's Finest, moonshine. And until next time, keep on drinking.